I have uh, analyses I can perhaps offer. I don't know if you call these like ethnic studies or ethnologues. I don't know. Like whatever people do studies about different peoples, different cultures to try to define and understand them. Like, I don't know, Tacitus with Germania, describing the Germans way back in Roman time. Or I don't know, people describing the Japanese, or the Japanese describing the Americans when they first came over. But as would be obvious, I would talk about the ones that I know most closely to home, that being Asian and Hispanic. I don't even know if I have to be specific about the Hispanic, but I'm going to, just so that I don't have to possibly have to make more distinctions later. So the specific Hispanic is Mexican. And I'm not going to define the Asian one beyond, more specific than Asian, because I've already seen that it's effectively across the board. When it comes to like the pursuit of when it comes to aspirations or goals, like goals in life, what Mexicans and Asians do is you know what? I might get more specific. I'll stay with the label Asians, but I might, make it more specific to be the specific Asian Filipino. When it comes to aspirations, like the values that each of these groups has is different. Like, I don't know if this is all Mexicans, but I'm leaning toward that it is that they're more absolutely ambitious in a European style. Because Europeans, like, or even like an American style where, you pursue things to the point of excess. You don't stop until you've exhausted. Is that accurate to say until you've exhausted what you can do? At the least, it's way beyond what other groups do, like in this case Asians, or specifically Filipinos. Because what I notice on the Filipino side of things, the Asian side of things, is that the work that they do, their aspirations, are not like absolute or so grand as the Mexican, that being more like an European or American style. The aspirations of Asians, or specifically Filipinos, it's more It's more like relative to your neighbor. It's not that we want to pursue things for, absolute, um, um, as high as you can go, but rather just so that you can be better than your neighbor. I don't know how, there has to be some value to it, but I acknowledge that there's some value to it, but I don't think you can really carve out the most that you can carve out through this sort of mentality. Maybe it makes it so that, everybody, it's more collective, maybe. So everybody has good. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't want to say something inaccurate. But I don't like that this the other side, this Asian way of doing things lends itself to jealousy and pettiness and judgment. The European or American style seems more, that being what I'm calling the Mexican style, seems better. It seems honest. It's cooperative. People cooperate with each other to gain more, rather than to gain more than your neighbor. I'm sure that everybody has aspects of both of these things. But when it comes to, my pursuit of things, I think the grander things can be attributed to my Mexican side, not to my